Trick training tutorial, backwards circles.
Ready? Go spin. Go spin. Go spin. Go spin. Winnie, go spin. Go spin. Go spin. Go spin. Good girl.
Teaching backwards circles, your dog should know how to follow a lure, understand marker clicker training, be able to pivot on a platform. See the video description for a link on heel work foundations if you have not taught your dog to pivot on a platform. I like creating a barrier in order to train tighter backward circles. In this video, I'm using a playpen, but you can use furniture or a corner in your house. I can't remember where I saw this trick taught using a playpen, but I did not invent it. It is important for the dog to have good hind-end awareness before doing this trick and using a playpen. If your dog is afraid of the sound the playpen makes when it's touched, you should use a different barrier. You do not want to frighten your dog. Step 1. With your dog at your heel, lure your dog's head away from your body. When your dog turns your head away from you, her hind end will move towards you. As the dog turns towards your right side, you are going to turn to meet your dog. Click and reward.
Good girl. Lure left. Click treat. Lure ready. Violin left. Click treat. Steady. Lure left. Click treat. Lure left. Turn right. Click treat. Lure left. Turn. Click treat. Lure, click treat. Lure, click treat.
Step 2. Fade the food out of your hand. I like to fade the food as quickly as possible. Pretend to lure by holding your hand the same way you did when you had food in it. When the dog does the behavior, click and give the treat from your opposite hand or from your pocket. I don't wear a treat pouch when training this trick because I am short and the treat pouch gets in the dog's way.
Lure, click, treat from the clicker hand. Ready? Lure, click, treat.
Step 3. Open your hand. This could be your new hand signal.
Go back up. That's a good girl.
Step 4. Now that your dog is reliably doing the behavior, you can add a verbal cue. Ideally, you would say the verbal cue, wait to see if the dog does the behavior. If the dog does not do the behavior, you will use your hand signal, click and treat when the dog does the behavior. After you've done this a few times, the dog should start to anticipate and will do the behavior when you give the verbal cue.
Stand. Okay, ready? Go spin. Go spin. Go spin. Go spin. Nice work, girl. Excellent job.
Now it is time to teach the same trick in the opposite direction. I feel it is important to teach tricks in both directions because it helps keep the dog's muscles and body in balance. I would never go to the gym and only work my right bicep. I want both my arms to look the same and be equally as strong, so I work both biceps. When I work on a trick going in one direction with my dogs, I always work on it going in the opposite direction as well. Step 1. With the dog at your side, lure the dog's head away from your body. When the dog turns her head away from you, her hind end will move towards you. As the dog turns towards your left side, you are going to turn and meet your dog. Click and reward.
Treat. Lure, click treat.
Step 2. Fade the food out of your hand.
Click treat. Ready? Here you go. Click treat. Go back. Good job. Before your mama got here.
Step 3. Open your hand, but move it in a similar way as you did when you were fading the lure. This could be your new hand signal. Step 4. Now that your dog is reliably doing the behavior, you can add a new verbal cue. I use the cues spin and reverse.
girl. Go reverse. Go reverse. Good job.
Step 5. Practice without a barrier.
When you're feeding the playpen, I like to go back to the basics and start from the very beginning. Winnie here. Ready?
Even though I start back from the beginning, I am able to progress faster because the dog already knows the behavior.
Click treat. Ready? Go lure. Click treat. Ready, Winnie? Go lure. Click treat. Excellent. Feed the food. No food in the hand. Lure. Click. Lure. Click treat. Okay, ready? Go back up. Good girl. Excellent. Nice job. Ready? Go spin. Go spin. Go spin. Go spin. Excellent. Now let's see if she can do it with me standing still. Ready? Winnie, go spin. Go spin. Go spin. Go spin. Good girl. You're just a little slower than your brother, but you're awesome. You're awesome.
Repeat going in the opposite direction. One side tends to be easier than the other for most dogs.
Ready, go through? Ready, go through? Ready, go through? Go around. Go up, up. Go back up. Go up. And go up. Awesome, girl. Beautiful.